Boys and girls and Pokemon trainers far and wide, it's time for the PokéBlock, the segment of our show where we discuss anything and everything Pokemon, from news to competitions and our own personal Pokemon journeys like Nuzlocke challenges and whatnot. If you're listening to this snippet, you can listen to the whole show on youtube.com/Koppai Gaming, as well as iTunes, SoundCloud, and more by searching for Koppai Podcast. We have a few pieces of news to discuss, some stuff that we never discussed in the past. We're going to barrel run through it so we can get to 20 questions, our fun little game. And also, just because it's Pokemon, you know what's up with Pokemon.
Yeah,
you know what's happening.
Close. They've done a really good job at keeping us supplied with information on this game.
I think I'm going to title this snippet, or this little portion of the show, something about just how kudos to Pokemon for celebrating the 20th anniversary the best way.
Man, the transparency. Yeah, I mean, like, Nintendo should really be taking a hint about the NX and how, Pokemon Company's been handling their trickling out of Pokemon Sun and Moon information. Cause I hope that
not only that, but like the nostalgia with Pokemon Generations and the trading card game, and then they've also been doing lots of stuff. Like they released Pokken this year. They've done a little bit of like pushing towards the future, releasing a new game, honoring the traditions of the old games. They've been, doing the anime with X, Y, and Z, and then leading into Sun and Moon. They've been doing, they have completely 100% nailed their celebration of the 20th anniversary. So kudos to the Pokemon Company. If you're listening to us, we're very proud of you. We're very proud of you.
Kudos, the new Pokemon. Kudos.
It's a new Pokemon. There's 5 bits of news in the PokéBlock. Number 1, Pokemon Go has been updated, with the biggest thing being that buddy Pokemon are here. I have Blanket as my buddy. He's my Squirtle. I got him appraised. Apparently, my gym leader said that Blanket is by far the best Pokemon ever. So I'm going to take him walking because he's actually better than a wild Squirtle I caught. I caught another Squirtle out and about, and Blanket, even though he has a lower combat power, he's actually better in attack and defense and all that. So he's the first Pokemon I caught. So I do want to catch a Pikachu, though, because a little tidbit for people out there listening, if you put Pikachu as your buddy Pokemon and then walk 10 kilometers with him, he'll hop up on your shoulder.
You don't have a Pikachu yet?
I don't have a Pikachu, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there is.
I get a Pikachu.
Well, the very first week I was playing, I was out in the park playing, and I had thought that it was just randomly generated. Like, you just ran the Pokemon randomly depending on how far you walked. Mm-hmm. And so someone was like, guys, there's a Pikachu over there. And I'm like, not for me, because I'm a different person. So, like, you may have found a Pikachu, but that was like when no one knew how the game worked yet. They're like,
right, yeah.
Like, what the crap does tracking and hunting and sightings mean? Like, no one knew the game. It's like, it was the first night, I think, and someone's like, there's a Pikachu over there. As far as I know, he probably was like it was the starter Pikachu for him. Like, who knows? So, I still do want to go out around in my house, though, and see if I can find that Pikachu. But, buddy Pokemon are here, basically, is what we said months ago should happen. Like, we literally talked about on the show that you should be able to just walk a Pokemon with you. You can walk a Pokemon with you. They get candy. You can level them up, make them more powerful. It's perfect. Take advantage of it. We love it. John Hanky has said that battling with friends is coming because his kid is begging for it. So, yeah, there you go. Number 2.
I bet it's not going to be very fun battling, though, if it's any way that they've handled the gym, so I can't say I'm too...
Trading, and then I'm worried about trading coming because that'll kind of take away a lot of it, where people are...
Yeah.
There's already so much spam online with people like, buy Pokegold, buy Pokecoins. Like, you just know once they added trading, it's going to be, you can buy this Mewtwo for free. Yeah,
it takes away a lot of the actual gameplay that really there is none of Pokemon Go, so...
Yeah.
I was thinking we do need to do a Koppai episode here sometime maybe in the future of just like looking back on Pokemon Go, like after it's kind of settled now.
I'm actually writing, I'm the web editor for my school paper, The Northerner, and I am writing an article that's going to be published this next week for our school newspaper about Pokemon Go. I don't know, they just told me to write it. They're like, hey, you play Pokemon, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can you just write about Pokemon Go? It's pretty relevant, so we need something on it. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I'm going to write about Pokemon Go Plus and a kind of a retrospective of Pokemon Go in the past few months. Because when did it come out? July? So July...
Late July, I think.
Yeah, so July to August to September.
Or maybe it was early July.
So 2 months later, Pokemon Go 2 months later, I'll look back or something. Yeah. Number 2, Ash gets redesigned. We already talked about this in the Nintendo pipeline a little bit when we were talking about Yokai Watch. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go back and find that video. But basically, he's redesigned, kind of loses his nose, looks a little bit more, I don't know, anime, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Some love it, some hate it. Zach, you didn't really like it completely at first, but now you're ultimately settling on a big old bag of love for the new style, as you wrote down in our notes. I think it's fine. The pictures people are posting online are the crappiest pictures from like in between animation slides. It's not fair at all. If you just go watch like the moving trailer for it, if you watch the trailer just like 2 times, you get used to it. Like it's fine.
Well, one of the things I noticed about it that I did really like was somebody noted that they've made his animation a bit more fluid with this new style. And the animation overall has a bit more of a fluidity to it, and I really liked that sort of aspect to it. And I don't know, I think that it's kind of cool, kind of refreshing, I guess, that they just gave him a little redesign. And Pikachu also seems just slightly redesigned. Like, the whole thing has a bit of a different look to it, but people were also saying that perhaps they're going to do a split in the series where there's now this new kind of style of Ash, and there's going to be the old style of kind of switches. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Speaking of the anime, I'm going to jump ahead real quick. The first 2 episodes of Pokemon Generations have been released on YouTube and on probably Pokemon TV or Poke TV, whatever it is. One of the episodes is going through every Pokemon game in little animation shorts called The Chase, and you follow Pikachu. Very, very, very cool intro. The transition, how they kind of blend the game with the show is awesome. And then the second episode is way more dialogue heavy with Detective Looker looking for Giovanni, which I think maybe will
Giovanni.
I think it maybe hints at Team Rocket appearing in Sun and Moon, because like it ends with, I mean, not to spoil it, but it's like a 3-minute thing. So basically ends with a cliffhanger of like, where is Team Rocket now? Where is Giovanni? Where did they go? And so I think it hints at them popping up either in the Sun and Moon anime in some sort of way, or Sun and Moon and stuff. I don't think they actually ever left the anime. Like Team Rocket's always been pretty prominent in the Ash anime. So
yeah, well, that whole Looker, it's basically that the police have been on the Team Rocket and are about to finally, like, people have been somebody's busted them in Celadon, somebody busted them in Saffron, like, they keep moving because basically you have been defeating Team Rocket in each of these locations, and
I like how they
finally
said it in the episode, they're like, Giovanni handed out 2 badges and left. Like, not even, like, you and your rival are the 2 people that got badges from Giovanni, and then he just bolted. Like, it was a little too, like, all right, are we that significant? Like, kind of took away a little bit. Because now, every time I play through Red again, it's going to be like, Giovanni.
It was a very literal translation of the game. I mean, even like Giovanni's standing up on the hill, like saying, all Pokemon exist solely for the use of Team Rocket. It was just like a line directly taken from the game.
It was good though. I love Origins. I love this generation series. Wish they were all longer, but
really nostalgic. Those member berries.
Oh, I remember. Jumping back to number 3. We got a new Pokemon Sun and Moon trailer as well as some new Korokoro scans. This is what we have learned. Rockruff's evolution is called Rugarugan, or Rugarugan. Right. It appears that it may change form during day and night, not simply a split evolution. And we also got 2 new Ultra Beasts revealed. UB02 Beauty, shown in Pokemon Moon, and UB02 Expansion, shown in Pokemon Sun. And next month's issue of Korokoro revealed the true strength of Type Null, which is a very interesting Pokemon. Number 5 in the PokéBlock news, My Nintendo News reports that, quote, a huge difference between the 2 game versions, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, have been announced. In previous games, you could discover certain Pokemon in only one of the 2 versions of the game. Now, in addition to this feature, there will be differences in the way time is set in the 2 games. The 2 worlds of Pokemon Sun and Moon are 12 hours apart and are tied to the actual time in the game, are tied to the actual time in real life. Pokemon Sun operates on the same time as your Nintendo 3DS system, but time in the world of Pokemon Moon is shifted by 12 hours, so making it at night, if you're playing during the day, and so on and so forth. Some totem Pokemon will appear in the trials throughout the game, will also be different in each version. Players will encounter different Pokemon on the same route depending on whether it's day or night, which means players will have different experiences according to their chosen version of the game, which I think is awesome, because for the longest time, you've always had, like, alright, you basically have the same game as me, but you have, Nido King instead of Nido Queen, or, Caterpie is more frequent instead of Weedle, but now it's going to be like you have a very different game.
Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird though with the whole 12-hour shift. I think it's like when people would play Pokemon Gold and Silver back in the day and only got the opportunity to play it at night, and so therefore they'd always be playing it like super dark in the game because it was the night cycle. And so if Pokemon Moon, which is I've kind of chosen as my primary game, I'm going to be mostly playing at night when it's daytime in real life. I don't know if I like that necessarily.
Well, if you played after school at 6, it'll be 6 a.m., so it'll be like morning time for...
That's strange. I mean, it'll be interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. 12 hours difference is like just enough where it's like if I'm playing in the afternoon, like... If I'm playing like during my lunch break, it'll be midnight in the game, so it's going to be nighttime. Or I guess I'll be playing Sun, so it will be lunch. But if I'm playing like late at night at midnight, it'll be late at night at midnight. So I mean, like I'm going to be able to get both spectrums. Like it's not like people that play Pokemon Moon are completely screwed out of playing during the day. Playing after 6 p.m. at night or like playing like a 7 p.m. session. It'll be daytime for you in the game, and you'll be able to catch those daytime Pokemon and those daytime experiences, so...
I just think it's a little strange, is all.
Oh, it's definitely super weird.
Yeah. Because it makes me want to maybe... Like, it makes me more tempted to play Sun, and I think it can make a lot of people tempted to play one where it's just, like, freaking normal time.
Well, if it's that much of a problem for you, unless you don't really want to mess with your 3DS clock.
No, I don't want to mess with my 3DS clock.
I never did that with Animal Crossing. I don't like messing with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, okay. I'll deal with it, and it might be kind of cool, because I do kind of like it. Be like, it's a kind of different world, different time thing, but
yeah.
I don't know. But you also didn't mention, I don't think, did you?
I think
Alolan Oak.
Yeah,
Alolan Oak.
I got some
it's
things.
Like Cousin Vinny, right?
Yeah, and Cousin Vinny, I don't know. I had it written in the notes, but I don't know if it saved to the PDF version of the notes that I saved. But we did miss
some
things from the previous PokéBlock that I wanted to discuss very briefly.
It was the Aether Foundation we never really discussed, which is the man-made island we've kind of seen. It's basically for protecting Pokemon that have been targeted by Team Skull, which they gave Team Skull kind of a formal revealing, which I thought we did discuss, but we could discuss just briefly again that, they do have, there is like a Team Rocket sort of thing going on here. So Team Skull is the Alolan Team Rocket.
Wait. It's at... If you look in the notes, it's right underneath the Pokemon Generations information.
Yeah, so, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, yeah. So, Alolan Oak, Paradise, Man-Made Island. Okay, yeah, cool.
And then, Eradicate, Alolan form. Got little chubby cheeks.
Yeah. I like him. So
yeah, I like the new Dark form Rattata.
What do you think? We never talked about it, and we said we were going to talk about it later. What do you think, real quick, of Team Skull and the Aether Foundation? Because we had talked about in one of the previous PokéBlocks that we never thought there was going to, or I thought personally there was never going to be an enemy team, that the whole trial and the conflict of the game would be based on the kind of, the rite of passage of the Alola region, and that we wouldn't have an enemy team. And then that next week they announced Team Skull.
I just think, cool. I mean, they have we need a, that's what I was arguing, that it makes the story, you have to have, it can't just be, Pokemon wouldn't be fun if all it was you just go from gym to gym and beat the Pokemon League with absolutely no sort of conflict or story, and it was all just feel good, love your Pokemon, we all are just peaceful here and happy, and no conflict whatsoever. It's that's not a story. And I could see, they could go that route, and it would be still a game that has fun. You have battles with Pokemon, it has that progression, but so many people would complain so many people would be like, "Where's my we love story?" I did think there was that chance because of how much they've tried to distance this game from other ones and switch it. Where I thought, if not a Team Rocket sort of cliche, another team thing, they could at least have some sort of villain or some sort of character that's not totally.
Well, I thought that was that one assistant lady of the professor.
Yeah,
she seems pretty sketch, but now it looks like she's maybe part of the Aether Foundation. So,
could be.
There's probably lots more details we could talk about with that. I mean, I'm sure Game Explain has looked at all the dialogue of these people talking. There's that kind of stuff you can pause the game and see the lab they're standing in, the stuff that's in the background. Me personally, I don't want to get on that level with this Pokemon game. I like knowing that there's going to be Team Skull. I like knowing that there's this thing called the Aether Foundation. It gets me kind of titillized, ooh, this game's going to have some meat to it. I'm excited. But
definitely
deeper into that, I don't really want to know because I want to experience it all when the game comes out. If you want to hear all about those details, Game Explain is probably a good channel to check out. You won't find that here because we just want to talk about Pokemon.
Yeah.
That concludes, the non-stop hype train for Pokemon Sun and Moon is certainly strong. If you're feeling the hype deep down in your toes and your kneecaps, be sure to share your biggest anticipation for the future of Pokemon, whether it's Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Generations, Pokemon the Trading Card Game, whatever it is, as well as one of your favorite new Pokemon designs. Do you like the Chubby Cheek Raticate? Let us know. Also, share with us any experiences you have on your own Pokemon journeys. Are you playing through any Pokemon games now? Are you leading up to Sun and Moon? Are you playing through Red, Blue, and Yellow on the 3DS eShop? Let us know.